Hi, my name's Jo Bingham. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is all about how to make beige. So we are going to start off with 3 bought colours, and we're going to do some colour mixing to see how many beiges we can make and then colour match them with real items. So we're starting off with burnt sienna, raw sienna and buff, and now we're going to go and do that colour mixing. So at this point I'm just going to stick with these 3 colours. So my first mix will be burnt sienna and raw sienna. Then we'll do raw sienna and buff. And obviously the colours will change depending on how much of each colour you've got. But that's the beauty. You've got 3 colours and the mixes are endless. So you can just sit and sort of have a play with whatever colours you've got. Burnt sienna is a really good colour to have in your colour palette anyway. And raw sienna, both of the siennas are, because they're earth colours and so they're so useful. So as you can see, they're all variants on the same sort of a mix, but all slightly different. So if we mix all 3 colours, having a white or an opaque colour is quite useful. So if you haven't got buff, you can try white because it knocks that purity of the colour off. So a pure colour is, but it's still got some white in there. So a pure colour looks like that. Then you mix white with it because I've got some white on my palette. And it knocks back the strength, basically. But it also gives it a creaminess. So if you think about eggs, that would be amazing. Let's mix it with the raw sienna. A bit more white. Running out of paint. Can you see how it gives a creaminess to it? Okay, so that's just using those 3 colours. So now I'm just going to go and get a couple of items just to see if we can colour match, see how close we got. Okay, first sample is an egg. So look how close that one is. So that was burnt sienna and raw sienna to make that mix there. So you can see how close you've got. Okay, let's go and try something else. So next up we've got an onion, which I think is very close to this one. So I think that one was mostly raw sienna with just a touch of burnt sienna. Okay, then we'll get the next one. Last up is a good old piece of bread. So if you look at the crust and we try and colour match, so I think this one is a good one. That was the raw sienna and the buff or the white. But this one, obviously that's got more of the golden colour, more of the burnt sienna in it. But you can see they're all got elements of the crust colour in there. And then if you're looking at the sort of the dough, you're probably looking more at the buff colour with a little bit of raw sienna to bring that warmth through. So I hope that you've enjoyed this short video on creating beige, and I hope you have a go yourself, and I will see you at the next video.